What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I got a few comments, questions on my YouTube channel videos. 皆さんこんにちは。留学関連の質問がちょっと来たんで、それをちょっと簡単に答えようかなと思って。I just got back from a movie. I just watched Transformer the last night, and it was alright. It wasn't too above my expectation, but anyways.So this guy asked me a question. He's 22 years old and he's a fourth year student in Japanese university, and he asked me whether he should graduate Japanese university first and then get a job experience in Japan before coming here for studying abroad in Canada. コメント失礼します。今は22歳大学4年生ですが、卒業してから留学するのか、社会人経験を積んでから留学するのどっちが就職に有利でしょうか。22歳大学4年生で日本の大学卒業してから留学するのか、社会人経験を積んで、そういうことね。要は日本の大学にすぐ卒業してからこっちに来るのか、日本の大学卒業してから日本で就職してからこっちへ来るのか、どっちが有利でしょうか。So anyways, he's asking me whether he should come here. I don't know what he means by studying abroad. I don't know what he means by 留学. Is it just language, English as a second language, ESL, or is it going to be some kind of a sort of a bachelor degree or diploma, associate degree or certificate kind of study abroad? I don't know. It's vague. This question is vague, so I can't really give you specific answers, but.I can 仮定して答えることができるから Well, when it comes to studying abroad, I need to ask you a question of whether you want to stay in, let's say, Canada as long as possible, or do you just want to have 1 or 2 years of life abroad and eventually you want to go back to Japan?This is a key question that you need to ask yourself. And if you really want to really adapt to Western society, if you're really thinking about getting a job eventually here in North America and make a living, like getting a job, getting paid, and then get a home base in North America without Canada or United States, I recommend that you come here with decent enough amount of saving so that you can pay for a college to get either at least associate diploma, at least 1 year of some kind of degree so that you can get postgraduate work permit from Canada. So it has to be some kind of a bachelor or diploma or associate degree or certificate.Any programs longer than 8 months, it's detailed in CIC website, Canadian government website about the specification. But if you really want to work here, you really need to get a work visa first. To get work permit, you really need to, the best way for you to get, guaranteed way for you to get a work permit is for, the lengths might vary depending on the length of the program that you finish.At college and university, but is to go to college and get diploma, also associate diploma or whatnot. So if you come here broke, then you can't really do anything. You need to probably you probably need to do working holiday so that you can work here and then save tiny bit because you will be spending money for like rent and food.While working here, so your savings is gonna be low. But even if you get a job in Japan after graduating from Japanese university, you won't be able to save that much either, because the salary is gonna be low for a fresh grad in Japanese company, and so it's gonna be not easy anyways. And it really depends on what you define as a 留学. Are you talking about a master degree? Are you talking about ESL, English school? Are you talking about a diploma, let's say at the BCIT, 1 year or 2 years program, right? And I don't really understand what he's saying. 社会人経験を積んでから留学するのにどっちが就職に有利ですか？どっちが就職有利？まずね、日本の就職のことを言ってるのか、北米で就職するために日本で社会人経験を積んでから留学するのがいいのかっていうのを多分聞いてると思うね。多分海外で就職したいんだと思うね。その時に日本人で社会人経験を積んでから留学するのはどっちがいいか。Well, if you are going to master a degree, then some of that work experience would be considered positive. So that's good. But if you're not really going to masters, I don't know what you want to study, but if you just want to work in, let's say Canada, depending on the fields, okay? So if you're like doing software engineering in Japan, then you go to BCIT and get diploma or certificate or associate degree in computer science or software engineering, then your work experience is kind of related. So definitely, it's not gonna be wasted. Your work experience in Japan won't be wasted, but it won't add that much because you're working in Japanese language environment, so they don't probably value that much of experience. Plus you're just junior level, right? 1 or 2 years in Japanese company, and you're probably programmer, not even software engineer in Japan. Well, what about other fields? Like, I don't know what you do, what are you going to get a job in Japan? Business, 総合職一般職. Pretty much if you do 総合職一般職, probably you won't be able to sell your work experience that much because those are not really specific enough. You don't have really highly skilled professional skills in 総合職一般職, that general job, right? But if you did consulting, let's say at外資系 consultant, like Boston Consulting or Deloitte, those consulting companies, then there are same companies and branches here, and if you want to work there, then that might be transferable. But if you're just working in a Japanese company as a 総合職一般職, just doing business administrations, sales, 営業, marketing, you know what you learn is not what you learned are not necessarily garbage, but think about how companies here think about your Japanese experience when you can't even speak English at the same native level. In that case, you really need to compete with local people. You can't just compete with work experience. You just probably need to have more language skill. If you're not engineers or web developers or some kind of IT related jobs or accounting, those are not necessarily requiring top-notch English skill. But other than that, probably you're gonna have a lot of obstacles competing with local people, so it's gonna be hard for you. So that probably answered your question. So when you ask question, probably you want to ask more specific questions and your ultimate goals. Depending on your long-term goal, your options, best possible decisions, your priority changes. So I don't know if this guy wants to stay in North America for good. If you just have a few years with study abroad experience, then probably you don't need to worry too much about it because you're gonna go back to Japan and probably you're gonna have a hard time finding another job because 転職はめっちゃ難しいからね、日本での。In that case, best option if you want to have a base, home base in 海外移住まで考えているのであれば、I recommend that you save up enough amount of money, let's say at least 1 year, so $20,000, at least $20,000. You don't even need to save up entire money. If you can borrow some money from parents, and that would be great too, because that's a long-term investment in your education, and you want to live in North America, you want to live in Canada, you want to establish your life in Canada, so it might make sense to borrow some money, but at least have 200万円、1年間で最低200万円の貯金というか資金繰りができる $20,000, then come here, go to college you need to research what kind of program you want to study, and you also want to study. You want to also research before choosing program what kind of jobs that you want to get, you want to land, and then you need to work backwards. You think about future and think backward, work backward. So first you need to think about kind of jobs you want to get and kind of demand and supply of the job that you want to work for. If you are going to work for a job that not many companies are offering, then there's no point studying because there's the probability of you landing a job in Canada is going to be quite low. So you really need to think about statistics, numbers, probability. And as you know, I've already made videos about what jobs have more demands and then less supplies, which is going to be good for you. One of the best is right now, everywhere in North America is computer science, software engineering. Extremely high demands and really low supplies, so there's a gap. 今ね、そうスキルが足りてないから就職には一番やりやすいインダストリー。So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me questions, but you be careful about being specific about your questions when you ask. If your questions are really vague, I can't really answer. There's so many other options. You really need to limit the scope so that I can give you specific answers. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.